Have you ever noticed how someone who used to text you every day suddenly goes quiet, like you never mattered at all? No explanation, no closure, just silence. At first, you wonder if they're busy, stressed, or going through something. But deep down, something feels off. What if their silence isn't confusion, but a decision? What if people don't drift away by accident, but choose to disconnect long before you even realize it? It's confusing, even painful, when someone who once showed consistent interest suddenly stops reaching out. You replay conversations in your head, wondering if you said something wrong or missed a sign. This kind of silence can make you question your worth, your judgment, and even your connection with others. The truth is, many people experience this at some point. It's more common than we admit. In this piece, we're going to break down the psychology behind why people stop reaching out, what it really means, and how to understand it without blaming yourself. One of the deepest reasons people stop reaching out has very little to do with you, and everything to do with internal shifts happening within them. As people grow, their priorities, values, and emotional bandwidth change, often quietly and without announcement. What once felt natural to main daily conversations, constant connection can begin to feel like an obligation rather than a choice. Instead of communicating this directly, many choose the easier route, distance. It's not always intentional cruelty, but a form of emotional avoidance. At a core level, silence becomes a way to realign their life without confrontation, even if it leaves others confused in the process. When someone is slowly pulling away, the signs are often subtle at first, but they're there. The energy shifts. Conversations become shorter, less frequent, and feel more like an obligation than genuine interest. They take longer to reply, stop initiating contact, and their responses lose depth, going from thoughtful messages to simple, dry replies. Plans become harder to make, and when they do happen, something feels slightly off, like they're not fully present. You might also notice that you're the one carrying the interaction, always reaching out first. These patterns aren't random. They reflect a gradual emotional disengagement that becomes clearer over time if you pay attention. Here's the uncomfortable truth most people don't want to admit. When someone stops reaching out, it's usually not because they forgot about you. It's because you're no longer a priority in their current world. That doesn't mean you're not valuable. It means their focus has shifted. People make time for what matters to them, even in busy or stressful seasons. Silence, in many cases, is a decision wrapped in avoidance. Instead of having a difficult conversation, they choose distance because it feels easier and less confrontational. The hard part is accepting that closure doesn't always come with words. Sometimes, the way people show you they've changed is by how they slowly remove themselves, and recognizing that can shift your perspective from, "What did I do wrong?" to "What am I no longer meant to hold on to?" When this kind of silent distance continues, it can slowly take a toll on your emotional well-being. You may find yourself overthinking every interaction, constantly checking your phone, or feeling a quiet sense of rejection that's hard to explain to others. Over time, this uncertainty can lower your self-esteem and make you question your value in relationships. It can also create unhealthy patterns like chasing closure, overgiving, or holding on to people who have already let go. If left unaddressed, this dynamic doesn't just affect one connection. It can shape how you show up in future relationships, making you more guarded, anxious, or hesitant to trust. The healthiest way to deal with this situation is to shift your focus from chasing answers to protecting your peace. Instead of overanalyzing their silence, accept it as information. It tells you where you stand. Stop being the only one reaching out and give the same energy you receive. This isn't about playing games. It's about respecting your own time and emotional investment. Redirect your attention toward people who show consistency and effort. At the same time, remind yourself that someone else's withdrawal is not a reflection of your worth. Sometimes, the most powerful response isn't confrontation, it's quietly letting go and choosing yourself. In the end, people don't always leave with words, but they always leave with actions. When someone stops reaching out, it's not a mystery to solve, but a message to understand. Choose clarity over confusion and self-respect over chasing. If this resonated with you, take a moment to reflect and don't forget to subscribe for more insights that help you see people and yourself more clearly.